Let's go. PHAETON, removing the module for the fan that keeps blowing. So I took off the wipers, and I'm gonna go take out the front cowl under the windshield. So what you gotta do is you're gonna have to tug this pretty sternly to get it out. To get it out of the seams, so just tug that pretty sternly, and it'll lift up throughout. As you go through it, you gotta make sure you clean in these seams before you put it back. Clean in between these seams here before you put it back to make sure you get a snug fit. I'm gonna get in here and change that module down in the corner. So once you take out that cowl below the windshield, this is what you're gonna see. So again, you gotta get in here, take out the first bolts. We're gonna have to loosen up here to get this off of this piece here, so we can get this out of the way to get in here. But all this has to come out so we can lift off the top of this to get down into here. So it's a process. So I got these bolts out. These are 10mm bolts. So I'm going to be able to lift this out of the way and move it so I can get access to this. There's some more bolts on the back that I'm going to remove. So I'll be back. Alright, so once you get the armature for the wiper out of the way, you're gonna go here, and there's 2 more Torx against the wall here. So these 2 are gonna be removed. As you take them out, you should be able to lift this top piece off. There you go. To help gain some more access in there. Go to the next step. Some bolts that have to get removed around to pull off the top. So you'll see those miniature Torx screws inside the box. We're going to be pulling those out to try to lift this box up and gain access to inside. Okay, so as I told you before, we removed these Torx. These are T15s here. So those are removed all around to try and lift up this piece. I have one more hiding behind here. So these are press fittings here that you're going to just use a screwdriver. I put some WD-40 to soften it up so I don't break anything. And these kind of like pop out. Some press fittings, just take your time as you remove them. There's another T15 behind here, so I have to do the same thing to this press fitting. I already, like I said, put WD-40 to remove it, so I'm gonna just work on that and then just get the last T15 behind it, and then I'm gonna lift this up. Alright, so the last T15 was removed. As you can see, I was able to pop it out with the screwdriver from the press fitting, and now that's where the T15 was located. So what I'm gonna do now is just take my time, pop this up so we can have access to the offender, the module. Oh, there's some clips in front here that have to be either removed or you put down. I'm gonna see if I can just get around it. I don't like taking too many things out with this vehicle because the clips start breaking. But if not, I'll just pop these clips down to have easier access. Okay, so what I did was I used my pick to pry these off, because what I was going to do is cut the zip ties and put new ones, but I was able to figure out that I could just use my pick to go in between here and just get it off this piece, and then that'll help it separate. And when I am finished, all I have to do is just slip it back up movement, it'll just, go right back. So now that I've taken these pieces off, this can come right out. And out. Oh, this must be connected on the other side. Let's see. Oh, I gotta just take off that piece on the side that's holding it back. Let's pry that piece out. Like I did the other side, the press fitting, I'm gonna grease it with some WD-40. I just pry it off the side and pull this up. Alright, so I was able to get the other clip off, so this is just gonna come right up. Then we should have full access to the other side. Okay, I thought I got all the clips off, but okay, this is just the connection here, so I'm just gonna flip this over here out the way. Alright, that's good. So now we have full access here. And that's the offender right there, that module. I disconnected it, and let me pause and get the purchased one. Alright, I'm back. So what I did before I went through all of this, this is pretty easy, even if you're not seasoned like me, you can do this. Just be patient, go through the steps, remember the steps to reverse. But see, this module here is no good. And once we had this one plugged in, it would the fan would run. The car's obviously not on, as you should know at this point. And then I push it in, boom, the fans would run. See the fans running? Once I push it in with my hand, connection. So I have the replacement here. So once I plug this replacement in, the fans don't run. So that lets you know the module itself is no good. See? It's not running. Press it in, is not running. So that's what I did through here before I even went through all the problem of taking everything apart. So, pretty much what you saw, you just have to reverse everything now. Put the cowl back for the fan and everything. This is the Torx T15 screws to get out as well. Just replace that. I'm going to take a look once I take this out on the back end and see what it looks like. More than likely water probably was getting in here and finally soaked it up. So if it's of significance, I'll continue the video and add that to it. So I removed the old one. There's no significance here. As you can see, the drain holes are there. But what I did was I went in through the drain holes and felt, I guess, I heard the leaves under there. So what I see on the side, there's a bunch of leaves under there when I look through the drain holes. So what I see on the side here, when I look back under, you can see all those leaves under there. So I'm going to vacuum under there, which is under this. So it could be that maybe in heavy rain, that place is clogged and water doesn't have a place to go, so it stays and pools in here and now messes up the module. Because this is what the module looks like, the old one. Those leaves on top of here too. I took it out. So I have the replacement here. It's clean, fresh, and it works. So that should be it. Reverse everything. These are all the nuts and bolts. Need to get a sponsor through Ryobi. I use them a lot. Maybe someone can sponsor me for a head camera so I can actually have a continuous video, because I'm doing this by myself. So, but I enjoy doing it. We'll see what happens. That was easy. So my last step before I put everything back together is I am using compressed air, and I am blowing on the other side to have air shout all the leaves on the side that I was working on initially, where I said I'm going to vacuum. I have the vacuum here, shop vac. I've been vacuuming in here, so it is actually blowing the rest of the leaves that I couldn't get from under here to this side, so I can get that out of the way. So that'll help prolong any issues with the module being defective again because of water rising from underneath because of the clogged leaves and affecting the connections. So that's probably what happened here. And that'll be my tip for you guys who have this issue, to either try and get that done beforehand, but you still would have to take quite a few things apart to get under there. But once you're there, vacuum it out, blow it out on the other side, and you should have no problems. The rest, as long as you own the car, keeping all this area clean and covered, and just frequently removing the leaves from, the windshield and inside the cowl as you maintain your vehicle. And you'll continue to enjoy your Phaeton. Beautiful cars. This is my third or fourth one already. Enjoy. Any questions, leave them in the comments. You can like and subscribe. Hit the alert button. Like I said, if there's any sponsors, that would be great to get me going. I'm gonna see if I can get a head camera so I can have more videos, because I would have had so much content at this point, but I'm only one person. To keep stopping and trying to make a video while I'm working on all my cars is a lot. But as you can see, I do a lot of work on my cars, all types of vehicles. I don't discriminate when it comes to vehicles or people. Take care. So now you see it's all complete, put back together. Everything looks great, original, beautiful. Nice job. Just methodical but easy. Don't be afraid. Like, subscribe, hit the notification. I'm definitely looking, like I said, some sponsors would be nice. Might even get a donation.